Hey everyone, hey family, thank you so much for joining me. So, I wanted to talk with you today about the recent news that Nate and Michelle from The Bachelorette broke up, and then that Nate is rumored to be moving to Los Angeles. So, and I also wanted to tie the law of attraction into this. So I think, for one thing, it's really important to consider. And I would say it's unfortunate for the two of them to have broken up. However, if it's the best thing for them, then they need to do the best thing for them. I did see an interview with Michelle where she said, she was kind of blindsided by it. And I would say, um, that it's it's really tough for something to last when it is built under, those circumstances that everyone in the world is watching. And I'm sure that she was very, very focused on her finding what she really wanted, finding the love that she wanted. But I think it would be difficult for something to last with, with everyone watching, and, everyone intensely focused on what's going on with them, all in their business and everything. And it was just, to me, it would be difficult for it to last. And then also, I would say, and it's something that someone else talked about as well, but I think it's important that we consider, um, whatever things he was struggling with. And, Nate on the show made it clear that he wasn't, completely open, before that, when it came to discussing, his innermost feelings, his experiences with his family and things like that. And so that I think that he opened up pretty well, pretty quickly on the show. But the thing is, there's so much more work to be done behind the scenes, and it just takes time. There's no other way to say it. And if he wasn't there, and if um, the relationship wasn't what both of them wanted, then it's it's best that they part ways. But there's a lot that can be said about that. And I also would say, just to throw in some of the law of attraction, or spiritual work, that if one or both of them believe that, somehow they're going to end up alone, or the relationship is not going to work out. They might believe that no matter what they do, they can't stop it. They're going to end up separated from the person they love. Then, it becomes a self fulfilling prophecy, and they can create situations, um, where into the future they continue to do this. They continue to self sabotage. They continue to ruin things. And then it turns out the way that they believed it would, because it's not, as anyone knows, that knows the law of attraction and spiritual laws intimately. It's not what you tell people, it's what you truly believe. Or if you have this huge fear of something, because you put so much energy into it, it can affect so many things. So I think that's important to consider, that it's possible that they were, one or both of them were sabotaging it because they didn't believe it would last, that they thought maybe it was too good to be true. Um, and I think, it's unfortunate because, again, everyone is watching and the breakup is happening. But I think that, well, I do hope that both of them find love, but I think, um, going on to the point of, you know, the rumor that Nate is moving, to Los Angeles, and I'll get back into the other parts of it as well. But for Nayte, and people, I heard, people saying, well, Nayte, he didn't want to move to Minnesota, but why is he moving to Los Angeles now? I would say it's a similar thing, that if a person is not happy in a particular place, then they're not going to want to stay. And I'm not sure if Michelle, if this is something that a plan that she came up with years ago, and she said, okay, well, this would be great, and my man and I will live in Minnesota and we'll have a happy life. And that might not be the plan that her man has. And I think it's something that, if I can't speak for her, what I can say is it makes sense to me to say, well, let's have a home here in Minnesota, and then let's explore other places where we could have a home, because she might be thinking, well, she wants to be close to her family and everything, but what about him? What about his family? If he's not from Minnesota, he's from Canada. I believe Nate is from Canada, from what he said. But it just doesn't make sense to have a plan that you had years and years ago and try to apply it to the current situation. And that might not be the plan that's the best for you and your partner. I think it's important to consider being more flexible, because I think that was another thing that Michelle was saying. Um, there was more than one thing that I was looking at with her this way, that she was, she was a superwoman, that she can teach. She was still teaching while she was doing the show, and she was doing so many things and not letting anyone help her. And I think it's important for a lot of people. Okay, that's great. If you could do it all, yes, do it all. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with accepting help, accepting someone, you know, pitching in, and the two of you working together, instead of just blocking them out and saying, no, 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 I got it, I got it, I got it. Because that can then at times alienate a person and push them away, and they're saying, well, what role do I really play in this person's life? How can I really help if it's always they take care of it, I can't really do anything, they're not allowing me to do anything. So I think that's important as well. I'm thinking that I might make another video on this topic, but I think it's important, very important, to consider being more flexible, considering, okay, let's work together, let's have a partnership instead of one person doing everything, um, to consider what's best for everyone involved, not just one person, not just what one person wants. Because a lot of people would say, well, he'll move to LA. Why won't he move to Minnesota? Would you move to Minnesota? It's freezing cold. And, I wouldn't say that I would necessarily move to Los Angeles either, but it's warm, it's sunny. Um, from what I've heard, there are a lot of opportunities if he wants to grow his career. It might be acting, it might be singing, rapping, dancing, it might be, I don't know, he could want to be a scientist, a mathematician. He could want to be a lot of different things. But the thing is, for him to be able to explore and to go where he wants to go is really important. And with her, I think um, it's the same way, because maybe she could consider later, well, I can move to Los Angeles. I can move somewhere warm. For some people, they don't do really well in the cold weather. She might, but she might change her mind about that later on as well. And I think it's important to have the flexibility to consider well, maybe plans can change. Maybe she could do something different instead of, being so rigid or being, you know, not being flexible enough to consider. There are a lot of possibilities. And I'm not sure, I can't pretend to know why the two of them broke up, but I think those are some things to consider. Being more flexible, allowing someone to really be a partner in the relationship, allowing someone to really help, um, making changes that um, we need to make in order to make things work. But just because a person isn't willing to move to a certain location, um, it's not fair to just bash them because, like I said, a lot of people might not want to move to Minnesota. There is a certain area I wouldn't want to move to because the everything that I want to build, everything that I want to do wouldn't be able to happen. It wouldn't happen in the location now is, my twin flame, who I believe is my twin flame. Is he there? Yes, he's there. I'm not moving there. I'm not staying there. I'm from the area. I know fully why I moved. My mind is clear about that. And as much as I love him, I want to be happy as well. And I would not be happy if I was there. And I don't know, you know, I think we could meet in the middle instead of being there. But I think, these things take time. But I don't think that it's fair to bash someone because they wouldn't move to a location because he might be completely unhappy in Minnesota. She might not be happy in Austin, Texas. I mean, but both of them might be happy in Los Angeles. That's just something to consider. So it's a lot more to be said about this topic. And so I think I will end up doing more videos about it, but I just wanted to talk with you today a little bit about Nate moving, rumors that Nate is moving to Los Angeles, rumors about that, and then the breakup between the two of them. I want to thank you, family, for joining me. Hope this was an interesting video. Hope to bring you more videos in the near future that are useful. Um, I will be signing off. Thank you again for joining me. I wish you, you know, as always, happy lightning fast manifesting and love. Um, and see you soon. Okay, love you.